Now, the propaganda on Fox News continues. So Fox had a segment where they featured a former NYPD lieutenant by the name of Darrin Porcher. And I think it's important to highlight this conversation because now a lot of the onus in keeping safe is on us as Americans, right? What do we need to do? What other security measures do we need to go through in order to keep ourselves safe? And what I'm hearing from this, former police lieutenant is more of the same. Again, you need to be responsible for keeping yourself safe. Take a look.
If I was a patron, or anyone that was a patron in one of these types of establishments for that matter, there's two focuses. There's one that I've heard: run, hide, and dial 911. That's one aspect. And there's another aspect, whereas you confront the shooter directly. And we've seen a lot of success with confronting the shooter directly. And we look at what happened with the 9/11 hijackers in Pennsylvania, for example. There's so many people at that location. If they converge on the shooter, it'll stop it. Granted, someone may get shot, but the truth of the matter is this will decrease the carnage far greater than if you look to run, hide, and dial 911.
These morons. Okay, yeah, untrained people should run in. Anyway, I just want to say one thing about the 9/11 example. They didn't have guns. The terrorists didn't have guns, and the passengers didn't have guns. So that argument makes absolutely no sense at all. But it doesn't have to make sense, it's Fox News. So they had box cutters, and the passengers just rushed them. If they had guns, they would have just shot the passengers. And the passengers, by definition, on a plane could not have had guns. But who cares? I mean, logic is not necessary at Fox News.
The onus is on us. We need to rush the person who is armed and is opening fire and murdering people around us. That's what we need to do. That's the solution to all of this. Well, why don't we hear from one of the victims, a woman by the name of Taylor Whitler, student. She comes from a military family, and she tells the press what she has been taught to do in cases like this. Because unfortunately, like many children throughout the country, they have to have these incredibly uncomfortable conversations about violence and what to do during a mass shooting. And she had to have that conversation too. Here's the advice that she got from her own family members.
Yeah, Taylor, I watched you this morning and I saw your dad walk up behind you and talk with you about this. And you guys have gone over stuff like this before. And you seem to, in your mind, have a pattern on what to do. Can you tell our viewers about that?
So, growing up, it was always a scenario that we went over because of how times can be nowadays and how crazy people can be. And he always taught me, drop everything. It doesn't matter what you're holding. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You drop anything and you take cover. You take cover, you get out, you get safe.
Yeah, you did.
So that was the first thing on my mind, was to get safe.
No, but former police lieutenant Darrin Porcher believes that you should go after the shooter as he's shooting. It's on you, Sure, you might get shot, you might lose your life, but it might help to stop the carnage. I mean, this is so pathetic. These conversations are so pathetic. To ask, can he look her in the eye and make that point?
He probably could, because he's on Fox News. So, first of all, it's victim blaming. Oh, you got massacred? Well, if you had a gun and you went in and you happened to shoot a Marine, by the way, who apparently was an excellent shot, if you shot him before he shot you, then you would have been okay, and it's your fault that you didn't. But by the way, a cop, there was security all over that place. Normally they love to say that, but he shot a security guard and he went inside and shot a couple more security guards inside, and then a cop showed up with a gun and he shot the cop and killed the cop. What happened? I thought the gun was supposed to save him. Was she supposed to be better shooter than the cop who came in and got murdered? By the way, are you on Fox News blaming the cop who got killed? Because it sounds like you're saying that, hey, well, you should have rushed in with a gun. Well, he did rush in with a gun. That's what we pay him for. He did a wonderful job. He tried to save people, and he got killed. Well, you're saying, oh, well, he should have done better? But they don't care, man. They don't care about the people who died. All they care about is, where's my check, man? Where's my check? Did the NRA pay me yet? Fox News pays me to do propaganda, so you just sit there and get killed. Look, I remember, I had heard about it. I'm not even that old. That in this country, they used to do all these drills, of course, back in the Cold War, where you'd hide under your desk in case we were nuked. That was always ridiculous because if we got nuked, you were going to die anyway, right? But it made people feel slightly safer to go through the ritual, right? Now we go through rituals about barricading doors inside the schools. This is all across the country, it's real. And if your kids haven't been taught this, they will be soon. We don't get the guns out. Instead, what we do is we train our kids on how to die. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll avoid getting shot while your classmates are murdered. That's what we teach our kids today. And yet we're not going to change any of the laws on the guns. Because of Fox News, because of the NRA, because of Donald Trump, and yes, because of the Republican Party. So are they responsible? Absolutely. If a Democrat takes money from the NRA and also blocks gun regulation, are they responsible? Absolutely.
I mean, I think all politicians, regardless of political identity, are at fault. And the reason why I say that is because while Democrats aren't as, gun happy as the Republican Party is, they don't fight. They don't fight hard enough.
Are there Democratic politicians on TV right now going, well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state? Well-regulated militia, no, the Second Amendment people get really mad. And then I might lose a vote or two. You get killed, I don't care. I might lose a vote or two. Oh my God, I can't do that. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, man. How long can the left take this, man? With our politicians being so impotent, such losers, such cowards. How long can we stand for this? We need real leadership where people are going to breathe fire politically and fight back so that we can actually save lives in this country. On health care, it drives me crazy. It's a New York legislator came on the show on Rebel headquarters and made this point, which I've never seen on television. 28 million people in this country don't have health insurance. If their kids get cancer, it can't just go to an emergency room. That's a death sentence.
Yeah.
It's a death sentence. In America, we let those kids die. With these nonstop mass shootings, we let those kids die. We just let them die because the Republican politicians are corrupt, half the Democratic politicians at least are corrupt, and the other half are cowards who can't fight back.
Right.
That's the state of the country.
Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.